Detroit put 42 points up on the scoreboard against the Panthers, and we've still got to talk about that defense. The #1 rush defense in the league has allowed just 342 yards through the first 5 weeks. That is the lowest in franchise history. We'll talk all about these 4-1 Lions right here on Inside the Pride.
Let's go. Going down. Sack back at the 30-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson got him again. Goes deep downfield. Got a man wide open. Inside the 5. Caught. End zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. How about that?
And by the way, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. All roads go through Detroit.
This is season 2 of the Emmy-nominated show Inside the Pride right here on the Lions TV network. I'm your host, Dannie Rogers. History was made inside Ford Field during Week 5. Aiden Hutchinson set a new NFL record for interceptions by a defensive lineman through 2 seasons, and running back David Montgomery set a new franchise record for the most touchdowns through his first 4 games. Let's take a look back at last Sunday with the help of our sights and sounds.
Ford Field in downtown Detroit, Week 5 in the National Football League. Lions are back home and set to face the winless Panthers. Jack Fox has got the go-ahead. He's got the ball on the tee, and he is ready to roll. We're glad you're with us. It's Week 5 in the National Football League. We are set to get underway in downtown Detroit. Lions and Panthers. Let's do this. Lions from the Panther 42 with a first down. Off up under center, turns, gives to Montgomery, hesitates, then over the left side, bounces off the tackle, 35, there he goes left sideline, 30, he could go 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions, David Montgomery, 42 yards. Young takes, turns, play action fake, sets the pocket, throws, it's picked up by the Lions, intercepted, Aiden Hutchinson coming back down the right side. Young tried to get slick, just kind of tried to flip it across the middle. Aiden said, I'll take that, and I'm going that way. Goff takes, fakes the give to Montgomery, rolls, throws, end zone, caught, touchdown Detroit Lions. Sam Laporta. Carolina from their own 37. Young takes, gives to Sanders, left side. Gets out to the 39, ball came loose, it's free on the ground. It is picked up by the Lions, coming back over the right side. Will Harris has got it, and he shoved out of bounds to the 36-yard line. Goff takes the snap, fakes the give, looks, throws, end zone, caught. Does he get both feet down? He did! Touchdown, Detroit Lions. Young takes the shotgun snap, he's back, Young throws, it is picked up by the Lions, intercepted by Jerry Jacobs. 3rd interception in 2 games for Jerry Jacobs. Off the takeaway, gadget play, they're gonna go with a flea flicker. Goff throws, man wide open, touchdown Detroit Lions, Sam Laporta. That'll be the end of the first half. Lions lead it by a score of 28-10. Carolina from their own 30-yard line. Young back, looking, stepping up, gonna get hit, gonna go down. Sack back at the 26-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson got him. Goff takes, keeps it himself, trying to get across. Did he get in there? And yes, sir, touchdown Detroit Lions. It took a while, but he got in there. Goff takes the snap, gives to Reynolds, bounces left, tries to get outside, finds room, inside the 20, Reynolds 15, Reynolds 10, Reynolds fighting down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Lions from there. Off turns, gives to Reynolds, running left this time, inside the 5, down to the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions. 2 teams will meet out in the middle of the field to say job well done, job better done on this day by your Detroit Lions. They handled their business. 42-24 the final as they beat Carolina and move their record to 4-1 on the season and remain atop the NFC North.
That's a hell of a win! You know what I love when you guys indirectly tell your coach, relax, we got it. We got it, all right? That's exactly what you guys did out there. You know what good teams do? They don't give a shit who they play. They don't care about the environment, who's playing for them, who's playing for us, what the records are. When you smell competition, you show up. And you guys just proved it again today. You did what you're supposed to do. You did exactly what you're supposed to do. That's what good teams do. Guys, that's 4. You just keep your attitude just like it is right now. And we'll go wherever we want to go, I promise you. I've seen too much of it. I've seen way too much ball as a player and a coach. Trust me, we'll be all right. We'll be just fine. We got the right dudes in this room We got the right dudes and the right coaches. All right, I got one game ball. Where's my game ball at? We'll get into this in a couple of days, okay? But this guy, Hunger's start, man. He's been here for years.
Hey, this means a lot to me. This organization, when they brought me in, like, it was to be a winner, man. And now we're doing that, and it feels so good. Yeah. Like, I feel the best I've ever felt in my career, regardless of all the ball I played, because, man, it just feels so good to be a part of something special. So I appreciate all you guys. Lions on three. 1, 2, 3. Lions!
The longest tenured Detroit Lions running back scored his first career touchdown against the Carolina Panthers. Craig Reynolds joins me next, right here on Inside the Pride. Inside the Pride is sponsored by Kroger, Henry Ford Health, and by the Ford Motor Company. I'm now joined by running back Craig Reynolds, and it feels like just yesterday you were subbing into a huddle, 2021 preseason for these Detroit Lions, meeting half your teammates before you would score your first touchdown in preseason. Where have you grown the most looking back on that day?
I guess just continue to develop, taking it day by day, trying to become a better player, a better person, a better Christian, all the way around. I mean, yeah, it sounds crazy, 2021, 2 years ago, so definitely blessed still being here and having a great supporting system and teammates, very blessed.
You're now the longest tenured running back in that room. As you're watching the overhaul that running back room underwent this past season, what's going through your mind when you're like, hey, we were a pretty good room last year too?
Dave and Ja have been a great addition. Great dudes, great teammates, and we push each other every day. And we always have fun making jokes. It's a good brotherhood in there. Scotty as well, being the new RB coach. We've had a lot of fun together in these last few months.
Is it crazy to think you are the longest tenured running back on this team?
Yeah, a little bit. Makes me feel old.
You've been doing this since 2019, and you scored your first touchdown in a regular season game against the Panthers. What's going through your mind as you're approaching the end zone?
Excitement, of course. I was very tired, I'm not gonna lie. That's why there really wasn't a celebration. I was just trying to get some air, but I was kind of hoping there was a TV timeout, get some air there. But I'm walking down there and, just focus on the next job, go down there and make a play on kickoff. That's what more or less that would have been a great, icing on the cake, having the friends and the teammates all come and celebrate with me, Marvin getting the ball for me, because I forgot, I'm not gonna lie. So it was definitely a great experience. And then, also being a win makes it even better.
Who do you call after you score your first touchdown in the NFL?
I called my dad for sure, my brother, older brother and younger brother, and then some of my college coaches, just thanking them for being a part of this journey and helping me get here. What's
one message from coaches, your dad or your brothers, that really stuck out to you?
Shoot, pretty sure my older brother said about time, so it doesn't surprise me coming from him.
When you look at the play calls that are made, especially, what is it, a triple flea flicker, and then you have David Montgomery catching a direct snap through Jared Goff's legs. First off, was the snap through Goff's legs supposed to happen like that?
Yes.
Confirmed, yes. When you see all the plays that are coming out of this playbook, what does it speak to the personnel and also Ben Johnson, who's, crafting up a lot of these plays?
He's very creative, man, and it's also fun, we get into meetings and these plays come up and we're like, oh, all right, that seems interesting, and then we run it a couple times and you're like, oh, it looks good, and then to be able to pull it off is just awesome, It's great for the fans, it's great for us. We're able to put points up on both those drives, so it's definitely, it's pretty cool.
This Detroit Lions defense has held teams to under 100 rushing yards through this entire season so far. Yet the running backs room for Detroit's offense has had over 100 yards in 7 straight games. How difficult is it to get those numbers on the ground?
Iron sharpens iron, we go out there, pad it up, and get after each other, 2 days throughout the week, and then, we lay it into another team. So it's definitely fun. We love running the ball. It's a part of our culture, you want to say. And we definitely enjoy being the more physical team.
What's been your favorite play call to date? Whether you've been involved in it or you're just watching?
Shoot, it's hard to say. We've had a lot of pretty cool plays. You know, we've had some wildcat plays. We've run the double flea flicker before 2 years ago against the Packers, I want to say, and it also scored. So it's definitely cool to see that twice. I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say. It's tough to say.
I'm now joined by the head coach, Dan Campbell. And Coach, Monday afternoon, you said the 3 words that describe your team are tough, physical, and creative. The creativity part really stuck out to me. When did you identify that creativity would be one of the calling cards for your team?
Well, I think that you don't always talk about that. That's not one of the first things you talk about with where we're at, but certainly, man, where I came from with Sean Payton, that was very much a part of our identity. I think you got to have all of those pieces. I know this, if you're not a physical, tough team and you're playing football while they still play with pads, you're going to struggle. But if you're just a bunch of blockhead meatheads that can't think or process or have creativity, understand what you're doing schematically, you'll struggle there too. So I just think it is part of us, and I'm fortunate to have coordinators that are that way. They are very creative.
You'll be creative against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are coming off a bye week. They're 3-1, and quarterback Baker Mayfield has found a new home with the Bucs. How is that offense elevating what Baker does best?
Baker is a tough football player. You know, he is. He's mentally tough. Sometimes to a fault, he's physically tough because he'll just take off running. He won't go down to a knee, won't slide. But I think right now what he's doing really well is, man, he is able to just move this offense efficiently. He's playing his reads, playing the keys. He is not turning the football over. And that, with their run game and defense, is giving them a chance to win games. You can see this here, though. You just watch him move in the pocket here. And there's really, man, he's going for it. It's not, but he doesn't get frazzled. He moves a little bit, finds the next throw in his progression, and they get a big play out of it.
Baker's throwing to a couple of veterans in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Evans dealing with a hamstring, but there's no drop-off with Godwin. How do you contain him?
So another one where you see Baker working in the pocket. He's getting pressured, but he's able to step up, makes a tough throw, actually can't even finish the throw, but makes it here. And Godwin, you know, is playing at a high level again. Had the injury a couple of years ago, but has clearly come back from that. Really, now that he's back to full health, he can run anything in the route tree. He's quick, he's explosive, and then he's really dangerous with the ball in his hand. You know, this run after catch, which you see here. And so this is a guy we're going to have to be able to contain. We can't let him get going.
Defensively up front for the Bucs, Vita Vea is hard to miss. He has 3.5 sacks so far on the season. What's the emphasis for Frank Ragnow, your center, when it comes to that matchup?
Frank knows what kind of matchup this guy is. He is a load. But I think where Frank can get him is, man, just use your quickness on this guy. And it's not like this guy is not a quick guy, but I think relative to what Frank has, Frank is strong, but he's also quick. And man, first step, get on him. Because if you're not, you're a little slow on it. Like you can just see here, they're blocking back with the center, and this is the guard. But the guard doesn't realize what he bit off more than he could chew. Because this is a stout man he can cross face, he can long arm, he's powerful. So he can wreck shop in there. And look, honestly, we're going to have some runs that kind of get away from him time to time. We can't just bang it up in there.
All right, Tampa Bay starts a 2-game stretch on the road. What kind of stretch is this for your team?
This is a tough team we're getting ready to play. And Todd Bowles, he's always been about defense and that style of play. They got some really good athletes. They got some powerful guys. This is important, you know, but we're going to handle it the right way here. I'm going to take care of these players, mentally have them ready to go, but they're going to feel physically good going into these games.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
One player who's flown under the radar in the Lions secondary is Cam Sutton. The fashion-forward, gritty cornerback signed his 3rd NFL contract with the Lions this past offseason that he says changed his life. I got to know Sutton more in downtown Detroit as we strolled woodward. Take a look. Legend has it, when Cam Sutton came to Detroit, he became a Wolf. This is Cam Sutton, one of the newest members of Detroit Lions defense. We're here in Grayson clothing store. They've got some really beautiful items with the Detroit Lions here. Cam, describe your relationship with fashion and accessories.
Yeah, fashion is just an expression, you know, obviously extension of the brand of who you are, you know, how you feel about yourself, and you give that off of, the style that you wear and, just what you put on.
Are you best dressed on the team?
I'm up there. We definitely got some guys that know how to put it on for sure.
One of your staples is the hat that you make half the time, I feel like.
Yeah.
When did your love for building and creating hats start?
Yeah, that started a couple years ago. Back when I went to my boy Jern's wedding, and just the experience of, just kind of working with a hat company. Again, just being another outlet of expression of something I already love, something I already wear, kind of in the style and sense and had already been wearing anyways. Just kind of expanding on that over the years, kind of have my own setup and, things like that to work on at home. And, again, just put different pieces together, for game week.
When you're making these hats, though, there's a lot of detail. There's some sewing involved. You get out the flame and do that. Who taught you that side of you? Who taught you to do all those things?
Not to say it was taught, just a creation, always being creative, always being, again, just around creativity and just having a passion for it. Just being visual, just learning from others, working with others, seeing how they put pieces together as well, and again, just put my own style to it.
Cam, when you learned you were coming to Detroit, and Brad Holmes is like, you're going to help rebuild an entire secondary. What was your response?
Yeah, I was excited. Obviously the opportunity to extend the career, extend the game that I love, and just on a new journey, on a new path. Working with guys that obviously I was kind of familiar with a little bit before, not just playing wise, but just kind of working in and out of the years. But at the same time, in my past experience as well, playing with college with some of the guys, and just kind of being on the same page, the same level as that.
I love what I read about you. You said getting those contract details and all of that was life-changing.
Yeah,
sure. And you might have even gotten a little emotional when it happened.
For sure.
Talk me through that. Why so much emotion?
Yeah, again, obviously, you play this game, obviously the love for this game, but obviously, just the benefit of the work that, that you put in, the grind of all the long days and the days that, say you're not feeling your best or, just the long days, the long work days in a sense.
Yeah. Was the Detroit contract the first time where you felt that kind of fulfillment, like you just mentioned in your career?
I think so. Right opportunity. It just all made sense for me. Just obviously this time moving into this situation here with this team. Like I said, we ready. We got a lot of hungry guys. Keep finding ways to win and keep getting out of stadiums.
This Detroit defense is what?
It's still unfolding. We're just scratching the surface, and that's in a big way. We're coming together and just being an expansion of each other, just seeing the game the right way, seeing the game the same way, and obviously just the energy and the passion for each other, just to go out there and play for one another, protecting our brothers and knowing that it's for a bigger cause and a bigger reason than just individually, and knowing that our individual success, but obviously our collective success is going to help us, all on our own. So guys just playing for more than just, being selfish and just individual ball. And we just want to fly around. We just want to play together and play the game the right way and make plays on the ball.
Wishing for something special? Maybe it's VIP seats, the meal of a lifetime, or an unforgettable journey. Whatever it is, Community Financial Credit Union can make it a reality. Share your impossible dream at impossibledreams.org by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen. Before we wrap up today's show, I've got to get to some Rogers retweets. These are some of my favorite tweets. I adore it. Dan Campbell's live lion got out of his cage, and this little girl is the best sport. I love how much fun everyone's having. And here's my bonus nugget. Jared Goff has the highest passer rating among all NFL QBs right now with a 90.6. That's according to my friends over at PFF. That's a wrap for Rogers retweets. What this Detroit Lions team is doing is pretty amazing. Head coach Dan Campbell says they're playing some complimentary football, and they'll get a chance to do it again this Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They'll face off against Baker Mayfield, 4:25 Eastern on Fox. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Inside the Pride. We'll see you right back here next week.